The man was hanging upside down from a pole, holding 2 small cups in his hand. He had to use all his strength to fill a bucket with water, but halfway through he was already out of breath. When he saw the master had fallen asleep, he quietly grabbed a ladle and started filling the bucket faster. The master saw him cheating, but said nothing. Pretending to be tired, the man went to the master and said he had filled the bucket. But instead of praising him, the master handed him even smaller cups and said, "Now fill it again." The man had no choice but to obey. Later during mealtime, the master asked him to break a walnut with his hand. The man tried hard pressing with all his might, but it wouldn't break. Then the master showed him that with the right pressure between just 2 fingers, the walnut cracked easily. The master nodded in satisfaction, impressed by his student's effort. But only the man knew how difficult it really was. He begged the master to teach him other martial arts techniques. The master agreed and made him go through intense training. Seeing his dedication, even the master's hands trembled with emotion. Whenever the man slowed down, the master made the training even harder to awaken his hidden strength. Then he placed the man on 2 large water jars and told him to pour water from one jar to another without falling. After so much exhausting training, the man's body was giving up. When the master looked away, he flipped and fell into one of the jars. At first, the master laughed, but when the man stopped moving, he panicked, fearing the man had drowned. As soon as the master called his name, the man suddenly grabbed his hands from inside the jar and pulled him in. The man then quickly climbed out, placed a heavy stone over the lid, and ran away without looking back. By the time the master broke free, the man had already gone far down the hill. Later, while drying his clothes near the river at the base of the mountain, another man came and tried to chase him away. Thinking he now knew martial arts, he stood his ground confidently. But that man beat him so badly he could barely stand. He even burned his back and forced him to crawl between his legs in humiliation. Covered in dust and shame, the man ran away and fell to the ground, remembering his master's lesson. So he returned to the temple, apologized to his master, but the master ignored him. Then he brought a small cup of wine and placed it before him. The master looked at the cup, smiled, and finally forgave him. From that day, the master trained him with even greater intensity. That's when the man finally understood the true meaning of his master.